Welcome back, you guys. My name is Kane, and let's talk about NBA records, but this time held by foreign NBA players. A lot of you guys have suggested some of the players that are on this list, like Dirk, Hakeem, and Steve Nash records were requested, but the video would have been really short if I just did individual videos for those guys. Shout out to Petite Explication for making this video easier. He left a comment saying I should do NBA records broken by foreign players. There are 6 international NBA players on here, so let's go into their records. The first international player's records on the list that I'll talk about is Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk was born in Germany. He's an NBA champion, Finals MVP, and a regular season MVP. He holds 3 records. Dirk has the most free throws made in a single playoff season with 205 free throws made. He did it back in the 2006 playoffs. He broke the record from Michael Jordan. Jordan had 183 made free throws in the 1989 playoffs. Check the list for free throw playoff leaders on the screen. D Wade and Dirk both hit the 200 free throws mark in the 2006 playoffs. Dirk is one of the greatest free throw shooters ever. You could trust him to knock down 2 free throws for you in the clutch. Record number 2 is another free throw record. Dirk has the record for most free throws made in a playoff game without a miss, and he did it in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals versus OKC in 2011. He made 24 free throws in a row without a miss in that game and broke the record from Paul Pierce. Pierce made 21 free throws in a row in a playoff game back in 2003. And the last record that Dirk holds is he has the most points for a foreign player ever. He passed Hakeem Olajuwon in points back in 2014, making him the #1 scorer for international players. On to the next player. Steve Nash, a 2-time NBA MVP who was born in South Africa and grew up in Canada, one of the most accurate shooters ever, and these records will display why. Nash holds the record for most seasons being in the 50-40-90 club. That is 50% shooting from the field, 40% at the three-point line, and 90% at the foul line. He has done that 4 times in his career, more than anyone ever. The only other player to do it twice was Larry Bird. Record number 2 is Steve Nash has the highest career free throw percentage in NBA history. He is just ahead of Mark Price to take the first place spot. Stephen Curry, Rick Barry, and Paige round out the top 5. Let's go into the third international player. Hakeem Olajuwon, born in Nigeria, one of the greatest centers in NBA history. He's a 2-time champion, 2 times Finals MVP, and NBA MVP. Hakeem holds the record for most blocks ever. He ranks ahead of Dikembe, Kareem, Mark Eaton, and Duncan. So this brings us to the second blocks record he holds. It's highest blocks per game average in postseason history. He is at 3.26 per game, and everyone else is below the 3 mark. Hakeem has his spot secured here. The next record he holds is really impressive. Hakeem is the only player ever to win the regular season MVP, Finals MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. A lot of players have won the regular season and Finals MVP in the same year, like Jordan and LeBron, but they did not get the Defensive Player of the Year trophy with it. Hakeem did this in the 1994 season. The last record for Hakeem that I will talk about in this video is he is the only NBA player to ever block 200 shots and record 200 steals in a single NBA season. In the 1989 year, he had 282 blocks and 213 steals. His defensive and offensive versatility was just insane. One of my favorite players to watch for old YouTube highlights. Now we have 3 more players to go through. Dikembe Mutombo, a 4-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year winner. Mutombo was born in the Democratic Republic of the Congo in Africa, and he has an NBA record for being the oldest player with 20 rebounds in an NBA game. He grabbed 22 rebounds at the age of 40 in a 2007 regular season game against the Nuggets. Karl Malone used to hold this record, and he was the oldest player with the most rebounds in a game. He grabbed 19 rebounds in a game with the Lakers. At 7'2", 260 pounds, Marcus Camby and the Nuggets front court just couldn't keep Mutombo off the glass. We have 2 more players left, and they are both on the Spurs right now. Tony Parker, a 4-time NBA champion with the Spurs. He was born in Belgium but grew up in France. His one NBA record here is not a points, rebounds, or assists record. It's about his ability to stay healthy. Tony Parker holds the record for most consecutive games played in the playoffs. He played in 221 straight postseason games and broke the record this past postseason from Robert Horry, who played in every postseason game for the Rockets, Lakers, and Spurs from 1993 to 2007. Giannis Antetokounmpo, born in Greece. This is not a record he broke, but something no other NBA player in history has completed besides himself. He became the first player in NBA history to rank in the top 20 in all 5 major statistical categories. And that is points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. He finished this year's regular season ranked 14th in scoring, 15th in rebounding, 18th in assists, 5th in blocks, and 9th in steals. If you want to use a stat to show a new basketball fan to sum up Giannis's all-around dominance, this is the one you show. This season's gonna be another big year for Giannis as he becomes a more effective scorer, passer, and defender. Pau Gasol, a 2-time NBA champion who was born in Spain. Now this record fell under the radar and was not talked about much because it just happened this year, and I'm on Twitter a lot and I didn't see any mention of it. I only saw it mentioned on CBS Sports and SB Nation's Spurs site. Pau Gasol has the record for highest 3-point percentage in a single NBA season. All you need to do to qualify for the 3-point stat leader is attempt 70 3-point shots, and Pau is number 1. He made 56 out of 104 3-point shots this past year with the Spurs, which puts him at 53.8%, and that's ahead of Kyle Korver's 53.6 mark in the 2009 season. I know Korver took a lot more 3-point shots than Gasol, but Gasol took more than the minimum amount of 3-point shots needed, and now it's his record. And that's it for NBA records from foreign NBA players. If you made it this far, leave a like as it helps my channel grow, and subscribe if you have not already. I will eventually get to Michael Jordan records, and I will be doing a part 2 for Stephen Curry and LeBron James. They have a lot more records, and I could have made those videos a lot better. So my name is Caine, and I'll see you guys in my next video.